Hello, everyone. This is Miss Johnson with Uplift Hampton, talking to all fourth graders out there. I am excited to have you with us again today. We are going to be talking about subject-verb agreement. Today is Thursday. It is April 23rd, 2020, and it is, we're celebrating Virtual Spirit Week this week. Today is Thank a Hero Thursday. So I would just like to take a moment to thank my personal hero, which is my boyfriend, Terrence Cumby. He is a respiratory therapist at Baylor Medical Center, where he is responsible for cardiopulmonary services for the people that come in and they're not able to breathe properly. He's giving them treatments and making sure that they are following their treatment plans to get better. During this coronavirus pandemic, he is an essential worker, and we are very thankful for the sacrifices that he is making every day to save lives. So thank you, Terrence, for being my personal hero. We'll go ahead and get started. Today we are going to be talking about collective nouns. You will need your paper and pen. We're going to be taking notes a little differently today. I'll be telling you what to write down, but you won't see me writing it down myself. So you'll have to follow along and look at the video. Okay, so collective nouns. What is a noun? We know from the beginning of the year that a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. So we're talking about collective nouns, which is like a group or a team, or a committee, a class, or a family of things that are grouped together, but we are referring to that group. So the rule for collective nouns is that when you are talking about a family, a class, a committee, a town, a team, or a group, you refer to them as a singular entity, which means they are together, and you refer to them as one thing rather than each individual. So an example of that is the team of swimmers is going to mention Dave's name tonight. So what we have to do here is identify the singular noun, which is team, and because this collective noun is singular, it has to pair with a singular verb, which here would be the verb is. The team is going to mention Dave's name tonight. So if you notice here, there's a little line to cross out of swimmers, just because we don't use of swimmers to determine which verb goes next. We're using this collective noun. If the collective noun is plural, as you see here, the teams of soccer players are waiting for the referee's decision. Here, the collective noun is plural, which means we're talking about more than one team of soccer players. Again, we're ignoring the fact that they are soccer players because we are looking at the collective entity of teams. Because teams is plural, we also have to have a verb that is plural. And so instead of using is here, we would use the word are. I do want you to take a moment to write the rule down for singular collective nouns. And then I do want you to write both examples. So this one and this one. Collective nouns. Ricky and Nikki are at an animal farm. Look at the interesting banners they have come across at the farm. A herd of cows, a flock of birds, a swarm of flies. Some common nouns have a special name when they are in a group. A collective noun is a word used to name a group of people animals, or things. The words herd, flock, and swarm are collective nouns, used to refer to groups of cows, birds, and flies, respectively. Now, let's look at some more collective nouns. A pack is a collective noun that refers to dogs. A school is a collective noun referring to fish. A bunch is a collective noun that refers to a group of keys. A team is a collective noun which refers to a group of horses. Now I want you to notice how all of these collective nouns start with a, as in singular. A school of fish, a team of horses, a group, but the actual group itself is singular. So all of these nouns that they are giving examples of would all have a verb is to go with them. Class is a collective noun which refers to a group of students. Troop is a collective noun which refers to a group of monkeys. Collective noun is a singular in form even though it names anything that is two or more than two. This is very important and I would like for you to go ahead and write it down into your notes. Now we're going to use information from No Rating just to make sure that we understand how to use collective nouns and so that we are better prepared for our assignment after this lesson. Sometimes writers use one noun to refer to a group of individuals. This type of noun is called a collective noun, a team of soccer players. Tell me more. Don't mind if I do. While a team or a group or a family describes a bunch of people, the word themselves are singular nouns. A singular collective noun must match with a singular verb, even when the noun and verb are separated by other words. These words in the middle are not important. The team of soccer players is prepared for the state soccer championship. So we're talking about the team itself and it is prepared. So don't get confused by this part, which is plural. You have to focus on the collective noun itself. A plural collective noun, which is talking about multiple teams, groups, families, etc., matches with a plural verb. So two teams of soccer players are prepared for the state soccer championship. So look at this picture. Up here, it was only talking about one team, and it had the word is. Here, it's talking about multiple teams, and you see the verb are. Just as a tip, when a collective noun and a verb are separated by extra words like of soccer players, ignore those extra words and it'll help you understand how to pair the noun with the verb. Let's try it out. What is the collective noun in this sentence? The entire litter of puppies, blank brown spots. It's asking us for the collective noun. So which one of these words is the single entity that shows the collection of things? Which one shows the group? Is it puppies or litter? Pause the video, write this sentence down, and then circle the collective noun. Hopefully, you picked litter. The litter tells you the group of puppies. puppies is the actual thing, the noun inside of the group, but the collective noun here is litter. Let's try one more together. What word should go in the blank? The entire litter of puppies, blank, brown spots. And we know that the collective noun here is litter, so we want to make sure that our verb matches this collective noun. The entire litter of puppies has brown spots, or the entire litter of puppies have brown spots. Litter goes with the singular verb has. Now I think you guys are ready for some practice on your own. Okay, for your pop question today, pause the video. Write 3 sentences using collective nouns. If you need to go back into earlier in the video to get some examples of collective nouns, go ahead and do that. Write 3 sentences. Make sure that if it is a plural collective noun, which I want at least one of them to be a plural collective noun, that you are using the verb are. If it is a singular collective noun, you will use the word is as the verb. Okay? Make sure you have 3 sentences, take a picture of it, and send it to me on Class Dojo. After you have done that, I do want you guys to go ahead and do your writing task for today, which is to log into Class Dojo and update your attendance question. Don't forget to submit your pop question for today and complete your no red ink assignment. You may start on it today. It's not going to be due until next Thursday, so you have an entire week to complete it. I want you to start working on it early so that if I notice you guys are struggling or you need some extra assistance, I can schedule a Zoom tutoring meeting for you so that we can help to clarify some things. What you are going to see on the assignment in no red ink today is going to be collective nouns that we talked about. Also identifying the action verb, which should be just a review for you guys. The other thing is going to be when to use or nor in your writing. So I want to briefly go over that so that there's no confusion. When you are combining a singular and a plural subject using or nor, which are fanboys, the subjects that's closest to the verb should agree with it. For example, either the chefs or the owner has to prepare Dave's food. Here, the owner is closest to the verb, so the verb will be singular. If it were reversed, and it said either the owner or the chefs, that singular verb would be switched to a plural verb and it would be have to prepare Dave's food. So for these or nor questions, just look at the noun that comes right before the verb, and that should tell you whether the verb should be singular or plural. If you have any questions on this, please reach out to me on Class Dojo, or just ask me for a Zoom tutoring session, and we can do that next Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll be available. So thank you guys for listening to my video. Don't forget to celebrate Thank a Hero Thursday. Also, we have no school tomorrow, so no videos, no nothing. Sleep in on Friday. I'll see you guys next week. Johnson out.